They got to be happy with where they're at right now because they're leading 3-0 after the first quarter. There were some bright spots in the first quarter for the Strikers, though. There were a couple moments where number 6, Kamara Sidler, got on the ball. Looks like she has another gear in her. It looks like she's starting this period up top. They'll probably look to get her the ball and see if she can use her speed to get in behind the back line here of St. Vincent. Standout player in the first quarter for the Vikings was definitely Annalise Ruiz. And she scored, I believe she scored all 3 goals now that I think about it. First goal was she took a player on and got a shot and scored. She had another corner kick that was crossed in and deflected off the goalkeeper and in. And then the final goal came off a cross from out wide that deflected off of a Strikers defender over Hausauer for the 3rd goal of the game. So we'll see how things play out here in the second quarter and maybe some adjustments that the Strikers are going to make as we go forward in this game. And here's Chaddock again just breaking stuff up as that defensive midfielder, just like her sister does with the PND Irish. Hausauer's definitely been active here so far in this game.
It's hard to go right up the middle of the field.
It really is, especially when you're playing into Chaddock, and she does a good job just kind of holding her positioning in front of her back line and just cleaning everything up and just being that nice link between their back line and their forwards.
Yeah, that was a nice hit with the left foot.
It was. Definitely starting to cool off a little bit here tonight, but not a lot of wind. It's kind of nice cool fall evening at Notre Dame.
Well, you know it doesn't get any warmer as you get later through the season. Especially at the high school level, you keep winning, it keeps getting colder.
Yeah, usually that's the case. I've been in some weird...
Or sideways rain.
Yeah, that's right. Last year, our state championship game was probably the worst conditions I've ever coached in. But we came away with a state title, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah. This is just cold. Not very windy up here.
No, it's not.
Feel some wind. It's all right.
Yeah, looking at the flags here to our left and our right, and they're just dead still. It's actually a perfect night. As a player, it'd be a perfect night to play.
There's a hit out into open space. Oh.
Yeah, St. Vincent's just doing it. You made mention to it earlier, Coach, where despite the attacks that St. Vincent is generating here, they're still able to stay very disciplined in the back. Here's Annalise again, and she's going to get her 4th goal of the game with a great little cutback and a shot from about 20 yards out. Just gets it by Hausauer to the near post for a 4-0 lead. But going back to my point, you can see it right now. St. Vincent's got their 4 players back, so every time that the Strikers do begin to get forward, you know, they have players that can step and make plays and just pin the Strikers back by their goal. And there you see it again, you know, going, you made mention to it, just going right through the middle, especially right into Chaddock, who's sitting right in front of her back line, is just not the place to be. They need to try to get out here and use the wider areas of the field. Passes right through the middle just aren't there tonight. What's a good basketball reference for that? You got to work the ball around the perimeter a little bit there, Coach?
Oh, you got to spread them out. Yeah, you got to bring it out a little bit. And, you know, when watching a lot of soccer, it's always kind of interesting on how you play a team that kind of packs it in, right? And you could probably explain that a little bit more, how you get a team to kind of you bring it back a little bit, let them move up, and then attack them from there instead of letting them just sit in there and, dictate what you're doing.
Yeah, we've definitely dealt with that in the past. If it's about same thing as basketball, I think there's a lot of comparisons between basketball and soccer as far as how you attack. You got to move the ball quickly. You got to move off the ball.
Yeah,
And
teams aren't going to let you just dribble right down the middle of the lane.
That's right.
If it was that easy, coaching would be really easy.
Here we go again. Little collision there. Looked like it might have been with her own player. I think they're kind of laughing about it right now, but
Hey, they'll take it.
they'll take it, right? I believe is that our number? Is that our number 6, Mr. Cunningham? Yep, that is Kamara Sidler again. You can see when she gets going, she's got great pace to her. Coming out of the midfield, she's had it I think about 3 times now where she's broken away, and like I said, that time it was her own player that kind of got in her way, trying to make a play. No fault of her own, but they collided and ended up getting a free kick out of it. A lot of bodies colliding out there tonight. And one thing people maybe don't realize sometimes is soccer is definitely a physical game. And there's no shoulder pads or helmets, so and some of that contact it's all part of the game. There's Chaddock again, just doing a great job.
Yeah, people all
winning
around
the ball, and yeah, she very comfortable. There's offsides, but very comfortable in the traffic, just to kind of create some space and then link a pass, which is exactly what a defensive midfielder is supposed to do. Unfortunately, in soccer, there is no three-point shot.
Ooh.
So they're going to have to get one at a time here if you're the strikers. That would be fun, huh? If we added like a spot on the field, if you shot and scored, you got 3 points?
Well, I will tell you, you've seen games where goalies want to play super high, and all of a sudden somebody takes a long shot, and the goalie gets a little too high, and it goes in. But it only counts for one, unfortunately.
I think that would be really fun. We could put like one on the right side, one in the middle, one on the left. And if you're in the box and you shoot and score, yeah, like hockey. Yeah, hockey circles. If you score, you get 3 points.
I have heard people talk about that in basketball, how, the guys keep shooting farther and farther out,
The 4-point shot?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Make it interesting. Although, I think we shoot too many 3-point shots. I can't imagine if we had the 4-point shot.
I've seen some of your guys shoot the 4-point shot, and they only get 3 points for it, Coach.
Well, as I've been told, they're open. I'm sure you have that at the soccer level, too.
Oh, yeah.
They probably need to get a little extra touch in there, and they fire it because I think they have somebody on them, and they just need to realize where they're at and on the field, and maybe get another touch in there to make it a little easier.
Yeah, the soccer term for that is ambitious.
Oh.
It's a little ambitious.
Ambitious.
Kaylee finds Chaddock.
Yeah, connecting
and
some
another
passes.
ball back out wide to Kaylee.
There you go.
Kaylee Smith. Some good footwork. Another trying to link a pass into Annalise. That's not a bad player to look to find.
Got a little under 3 minutes left in the second quarter here.
Stay tuned for Stephen Bradshaw's halftime show.
Not going to happen. The Strikers are down on their offensive end here, so hopefully they can put something together, get back in this game. Working methodically down the field with throw-ins.
Yeah, this is exactly where they need to be. And at this point, can they get a cross off? And we talked about how St. Vincent has done such a great job of getting crosses into the box and good, strong crosses. Just haven't seen that yet from the Strikers. But they're in position to do it here. And they're going to earn another deep throw. See if they got anybody that can put it deep into the box. I like the idea of continuing to move down the field and trying to earn a corner or get a cross out of this.
Here we go.
Can they get a cross or a corner? It's good pressure here from the strikers. They've got them pinned back, but they're stuck in this corner. They need to find a way to get a cross off. They do have a player in the middle of the field holding shape.
Seems like every player is in that corner of the field.
Yeah, one of the things is the strikers are over there trying to get the ball, but the problem is they're bringing all the Vikings with them. There's not a lot of room to work, and creates a little bit of a counterattack opportunity here for St. Vincent. And guess who it is? Annalise is on the loose.
Nice job.
Yeah, good defending there.
Getting back.
And the strikers. And there was one moment, maybe if you want to give an area for Annalise to work on, is she had a lot of space to the left. And there were no second defenders to the left of her, but she wanted to bring it back onto her right foot, which is obviously her preferred foot. Just kind of working to be able to go both ways and finish some chances with your left foot as well. Knocked out by the strikers, and we are down to 15 seconds left in the first half.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Joe Mulcahy counts it down, and we did see a last-second goal in the boys' game at the end of the first half, and we're not going to have that today. So we're going to go into halftime with St. Vincent St. Mark leading the strikers 4-0, and we are going to take a little bit of a break. We will be back here in a few minutes, about 10 minutes to be exact, for the start of the second half. We'll see you then.
Put it in there. Okay. Your biggest laugh of all time. Your work.
All right, we are back for the second half of this parochial championship game between the Strikers and St. Vincent St. Mark. It is a 4-0 game here at halftime. St. Vincent had a great first half. A lot of credit there would go to Annalise Ruiz, who had all 4 of the goals in the first half. One of them may have been considered an own goal, but we'll give it to her. And St. Vincent is right back on the attack to start the second half, and I believe that was Chaddock with the left-footed shot just wide of the left post to start the third quarter. We have 2 12-minute quarters remaining in this match. St. Vincent in firm control of this game. Coach Bradshaw, what do you have for the Strikers to kind of get back into this game in the second half?
Well, it goes along with what we were talking about with the boys a little bit, is that, you know, they're just not used to playing on this big of a field. And, you know, you look in there, and if they can kind of change the way they were playing and maybe try to get St. Vincent to have to cover that space a little bit instead of trying going up constantly up the middle, I think they might see something.
Yeah, we saw a couple flashes from the Strikers in the first half, primarily from Kamara Sidler. And she broke away a couple times in the first half, but it seemed like she had to do a lot of it by herself. And just look to see if we can get a few more. Maybe Strikers might be able to string a few passes together here in the second half, get a few more players involved in the attack. But for the first 2 periods, they were forced to do a lot of defending. And again, here we go again with St. Vincent back on the attack. And that is okay, here we go. Here's an opportunity for the Strikers, and unfortunately, as you made mention in the first half, Coach, as soon as the ball's played forward, there's a St. Vincent player there just to step and contest and win the ball. They're really not giving the Strikers any time on the ball.
Mm-hmm. It's tough when you have the ball and you turn and look, and then there's somebody right on you each time. I mean, it almost has to, you know, you got to have some hold-up play, give it back, and then have that person run up the field a little bit, and hopefully, you know, you can methodically move up the field from there.
And the numbers, every time they get forward, there's usually only 1 to 2 striker. You can see right now they have their 2 forwards up, but there's 4 to 5 St. Vincent players back, so their defenders can be very aggressive, and they can make aggressive plays where they try to step in front of the striker player. And even if they get beat, there's plenty of additional St. Vincent defenders there. So I think that's one of the big things they've done defensively. St. Vincent is just very aggressive to step to the ball. And the majority of the time they're winning that ball when they step. Oh, great ball through and a swing, and just missed that shot there from about 6 yards out. And Elise is on it.
Counter. Nope.
There again, just the ball is played forward, and there's a St. Vincent player to cut it out. You got to give a lot of credit to that St. Vincent back line. They've been solid all game. Great ball from Chaddock, and it's going to be a goal. And can we get the number on her? Maura Huber. It's number 7, Maura Huber, with a great finish off a great pass from Abigail Chaddock. But that all started with a great interception by the St. Vincent back line. Just relaxed, connected a pass into the midfield. Chaddock did the rest, found Huber, and a nice composed finish past the goalkeeper for a 5-0 lead with a little over 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
And as you know, it really helps if you have somebody in the back that can distribute the ball well. They catch it back there, and they can send it forward, find somebody, and it catches the other team off guard.
And again, I think that's one of the things that St. Vincent's done a great job when they step and they win it. They're not just kicking it to kick it. They're not just lumping the ball forward and hoping that someone can get on the end of it. They're picking their head up and they're finding a St. Vincent player and they're connecting a pass into their feet. And that's kind of the difference between the two teams right now. When the Strikers do get the ball and they look to get forward, they're a lot of times just kind of kicking it forward and not always seeing their teammates, and that's allowing St. Vincent just to cut out those passes consistently. You can see there, exactly what we just talked about. You know, defenders just looking to get the ball forward, but not really to a teammate. St. Vincent's just doing a great job cutting out those passes. Go out of bounds for a safe Viking throw. Huber finds the ball again on her foot inside the 18. Off a pass there from Molly Joseph. There's a better clearance there from the Strikers. Finds one of their
See if we can move up here.
And better, they linked the pass. This is a good attack here from the Strikers. One of their best attacks of the game.
Space.
Okay, that's a good little attack from the Strikers.
Yep.
They linked up a couple passes. They were aggressive. They earned themselves a free kick. Let's see if they've got someone that can get a ball. They're pushing players forward. Let's see here. I can't catch the number on this uniform, but see if she can put the ball deep.
Oh,
that's a good ball. A good win there from St. Vincent. That's number 16, Kinsey Williams from Peoria Christian. Trying to run that ball down for the Strikers. I just got kind of a whiff of like a cheeseburger.
Are you hungry? You already
Did you smell that?
No.
Oh.
Well, apparently I'm missing something.
You know, Culver's is just around the corner. Might have been that. Pulverized.
Oh, here we go.
Yes. These ponytails make it difficult to read these numbers. That was number 8, Lucy McShane for St. Vincent, kind of tracking the ball down there. Again, it's been, we do have a paper copy of the St. Vincent roster. We've got a digital copy, so I'm having to check my phone. Do want to give credit. I haven't said many of the player names from the Strikers, so I'll kind of read off some. We've got Jade Baker playing from Peoria Christian, Annalise Bennett from St. Ed, Kira Brickner from Peoria Christian, Sasha Garrick from St. Ed, Lily Hassauer, who played in goal from St. Jude, Isabella Murdian from Peoria Christian, Renee Revels from St. Ed, Claire Rue Piper from St. Ed. It's got Samantha Ryan from St. Jude. Jessica Sidler from Peoria Christian. Kamara Sidler, we mentioned her name a few times tonight, from Peoria Christian. Tabby Stickelmeyer from St. Jude. Ava Suffern from St. Ed, and Kinsey Williams from Peoria Christian makes up the Strikers roster.
Good job, Sarah. 2 to go, Blue. Let's go. 2 to go.
2 minutes to go here in the third period. It is St. Vincent leading the Strikers 5-0. My name is Mike Baer, boys soccer coach here at Notre Dame, and I'm joined by Stephen Bradshaw, one of our assistant basketball coaches here at Notre Dame, and a soccer aficionado.
Soccer aficionado. Learned a lot. I've learned a lot being around Notre Dame soccer the past couple years. Picking the brain of Mike Baer on a daily basis.
Well, and you've gotten to watch the games from up in the tower, and you got a unique vantage point here.
It is kind of interesting. Being up here, you do have a different vantage point, and you, the viewers at home, you guys can watch and see the formations a little bit better than being on the field. So it is kind of interesting to see the different styles of play, you know, as different teams come in here. And even when you have the younger teams come in here tonight, you can see how, you know, I mean, yeah, they're not playing like the high school teams are. And, you know, they're not going to come out here and use the entire field like, you know, a normal high school team would. But I think that when they leave here tonight, they're probably going to say, you know what, that bigger field, it's kind of tiring to run around. There's a lot of space to cover.
Absolutely. You know, sometimes I almost feel like I'd prefer to be up here coaching because you can just see so much. There's actually a lot of practices. I'll come up into the tower and watch practice from up top because you can see so much. And that's why we spend, I know, at the high school level. And I would encourage the teams that are watching tonight, the players that are watching this back, to use this film to kind of analyze your play tonight individually, and coaches can look at this for some team tactics. We spend a lot of time, and I'm sure you do as well, Coach, just reviewing film of practices and games.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That was a good opportunity for the Strikers to get a good shot off and just didn't get a clean strike of the ball, and that's going to end our third quarter with the score 5-0 in favor of St. Vincent. You can see the excitement here on the bench. They're feeling like they, very confident with their position in this game with only 12 minutes remaining in the game with a 5-0 lead. They're having a lot of fun. And the Strikers, they're still playing hard. They have not given up.
No, and as you can see towards the end of that quarter, they almost created a chance for themselves. Maybe, you know, sneak one in.
Yeah, and you like to see the effort still there for the Strikers. And, you know, I'm sure at this point they probably understand that it's very unlikely that they're going to come back and win this game. But, you know, you continue to play, you continue to fight for yourself, for your teammates, for your schools, and see if you can maybe find a way to get a goal here before the end of the game. So we're going to take a short little break here, and we will be back in just a couple of minutes for the fourth quarter.
I don't think I ever said I did.
No. I actually was going to say Joe, but
Nope. No hidden talent. Nope. No hidden talent. You made a very good point. I never thought about that.
in between our shoulder blades.
Or lack thereof.
As we begin the fourth quarter, we're going to take a poll with our audience at home. If you can take a look at the numbers on the back of their uniforms, are St. Vincent's numbers bigger than the Strikers' numbers?
They're placed over there.
Or are they just placed in different positions? That's the poll. You can go online to pndhs.org and place your vote before the end of the game. We'll take a look at those numbers and we'll announce the poll winner before the end of the game.
We'll announce that the people that say they're the same are wrong.
Now we know what the polo was up here.
And next year we are going to require either a bun, I think that's what they call them, or a 3-inch hair length limit, so we can read the numbers better. Yeah, probably not the person to be talking about hairstyles. But back to action.
That was a nice ball in. They've had some really nice service from outside the box.
That's really been the difference, is just
Yeah.
how well they strike the ball, because the strikers have been in position a couple times to strike the ball, and they just haven't gotten clean hits on it. Whereas the Vikings, when they get around the goal, whether it's out wide and they're crossing the ball or whether they're taking a shot, they hit good, strong. They get hit good, strong, clean strikes.
Well, and you know, with any sport, you put more pressure on them, and mistakes are going to happen.
Now you see it again, kind of the way the game's been going. Strikers get the ball forward, immediate pressure from St. Vincent, and they turn them over, and it's right back going forward for St. Vincent. I'd love to see the Strikers just get that one opportunity and maybe knock one in here before the end of the game. We're under 10 minutes to go. And Chaddock, there she is. She's everywhere. She's got a really high motor. She's very aggressive, comfortable with the ball.
Have we had a foul called tonight? Or was it the one that was on the own teammate?
That was
kinda-
one. That was one of the
I'm
fouls.
trying to
There might have
think.
been one over here at
Was there one?
midfield for the
Okay.
Strikers.
It's been a pretty clean
yeah,
game.
Not a lot. Not a lot. I'll make mention of everybody here on the roster for St. Vincent. I've said several of their names, but Les Carmona, Lillian Chaddock, we talked a lot about her. Granny Dwyer, Taylor Hansen, Mara Huber, who had a great goal tonight. Molly Joseph, we mentioned her name. Sarah Logan, haven't mentioned her name yet tonight. Lucy McShane, Tori Meister, Zoe Milton, Nora Roth, Annalise Ruiz, who's had one heck of a game tonight. Annabelle Russo has done some nice things for us. You've heard her name. Kaylee Smith, Olivia Stein, and Catherine Tomlins round out the roster for St. Vincent St. Mark.
Navy, way to run, let's go.
Kind of on repeat here.
You know,
Strikers play the ball forward, and St. Vincent steps and wins it.
it's so hard. You know, they want to let the ball roll without, you know, collecting it first and going with they want to take the momentum of the ball and kind of ride it forward. And, you know, the younger players, they need to take that touch and then control and then try to turn from there.
It's a great analysis there. That's why we call you the soccer guru. But we call it playing the way you face,
There you go.
right? So instead of always turning, okay, and turning right into a defender and showing the ball to the defender, just get your body between the ball and the defender, hold it up for a second, play the way you face, allow more players to get into the attack. And I think it's a great analysis there from you. And sometimes, again, sometimes the turn is there.
Well, and that's, I think you, the other players can communicate that. I hear that a lot
Yep.
from watching a lot of your guys' games, is that I hear people say turn, or, you know.
Man on or turn.
Man on or turn,
Yep.
yeah.
Those are some of the basic commands that we expect our players to do every time they pass the ball to a teammate, is just communicate to them. And it doesn't just have to be the person passing the ball. It should be everybody around that recognizes the right decision. You can just help a teammate out by communicating to them. We say that it's twofold, right? The player that's receiving the ball should know if they have a man on or if they should turn, but also, too, your teammates can help you out to make the right decision. And tonight, I think almost every time the ball's been played forward, it's been a turn. And they very rarely collected the ball, relaxed. So here's a good situation. And you kind of saw it right there. You know, she had number 14 just 5 yards behind her that she could have just laid a ball off. And instead, we're trying to turn and get to goal.
It's that old adage. I think I was watching Ted Lasso. It's that going backwards to go forwards.
There you go.
Americans have a tough time. They don't understand that concept.
Well, because the goal's down there, right? So that's where I need to get to. But sometimes the best way to get there is to work the ball backwards, to work the ball around. And I kind of made mention of it, but sometimes you're working the ball backwards so you have more time to get more of your players forward. You know, and we've seen it tonight. We talked about it. When the strikers do clear the ball, they've got 2 players up there, and there's 4 to 5 Vikings back. If you play the way you face, you might allow time for another 2 or 3 attackers from the strikers team to get forward and help you to create that chance to score a goal. Especially as you get older and you start getting into the high school level and into the varsity level in high school, it's hard for one player to do it all by themselves. It really takes a team effort. Mr. Cunningham's been up here in the tower enough that he's starting to recognize what I noticed right away when the game starts is when the ball's kicked, you can tell if it's properly inflated or not. And I think the one we're playing with tonight may be a little bit underinflated.
Sometimes that's better on a cold night. I've played with a well-inflated ball when it's cold. You go for a header. That doesn't feel real nice.
No, you are absolutely right about that. And here comes Annabelle Russo into the box on her right foot. Great defensive play by the strikers. Yep.
Yeah. Way to get back.
It's going to be a corner kick. Annalise Ruiz is going to go out to take it. Probably have to be the woman of the match here. She had a great performance tonight. Making a good decision to move the ball forward, kind of coming down a hill here in this corner. And hits a great corner kick. Drops right at the top of the 6. The ball's banging around.
Hey.
And the goalkeeper gets on it. Coach Chaddock and Coach Russo down there. Done a great job with the girls this season. And a great job with them tonight. They're organized. And they've done some really nice things. And they're not done yet. They're not, their foot's still on the pedal. They're trying to get that 6th goal. And, ooh. Ooh. Is she laughing or crying? I think she's laughing.
It's a little laugh. Yeah.
I think she's laughing.
She's been working hard tonight.
She really has, and she made a great one down the wing, and the St. Vincent player came over, made an aggressive play, and it was just happened to kind of shoulder to shoulder, just knocked her out of bounds, and I was a little concerned at first, but she laid on her back and she started laughing. So, and I think that's the second time she's run it, gotten knocked down, and she was okay with it. A good little laugh out of it, which is a good sign. She's out there having fun. Okay, here we go. This might be the best chance of the game for the Strikers. And St. Vincent goalkeeper got a good touch on the ball, came out, made a good play to maintain that shutout. Here comes Chaddock again, breaking through the midfield. See if the St. Vincent players can time their runs. They don't need to time a run because Chaddock's going to go all the way. And just pushes the ball wide. That was kind of a unique scenario. I think the Strikers players were kind of pulling up, waiting for her to pass it to see if they could draw the St. Vincent players offside. But there's no offside if you just dribble through. So she just took it herself. Little speed burst right through the middle. But a good recovery from the Strikers to kind of put a little bit of a body on her as she was taking that shot, put her off balance, and Chaddock sailed the ball wide of the goal.
1 minute remaining in the match.
Oh, that's a nice pass.
It's a great pass to Russo. Chaddock to Russo. Saved by the goalkeeper. And we are under a minute to play in this game, and it's going to be St. Vincent coming away with the parochial championship tonight, 5-0. Nora Roth with a nice play there for the Vikings.
The Strikers have kept fighting, though. They gave up those 3 goals, and to have it only at 5 for the rest of the game, that put a lot of effort in.
Yeah, it was 3-0 at the end of the first quarter, and it was 3-0 probably. It was at least 2-0 3 minutes into the game. It might have been 3-0 3 minutes into the game, and really the Strikers have done a nice job since then. And they've had a couple chances themselves.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that's going to do it, everybody. That's going to be a championship for St. Vincent, St. Mark, and they are excited. A 5-0 victory here tonight at Peoria Notre Dame. We want to thank everybody for tuning into the broadcast. We'll stick around for just a minute here for the trophy presentation. First, the players are going to congratulate each other on a good match, showing some good sportsmanship. Do want to thank Aaron Cunningham for his work tonight on the broadcast. And Stephen Bradshaw for doing double duty tonight. A little bit of camera work, a little bit of commentary.
Yeah, and if I messed up on the camera, it's probably because I was too busy talking and not following the camera. I can't do 2 things at once, so I apologize.
Neither can I. At least that's what my wife tells me. A lot of excitement down here from St. Vincent, and it shows you what it means to these kids to win this championship. We talked about it during the boys broadcast of the bragging rights when they get into high school, because a lot of these kids, they're a St. Vincent Viking, or they're a St. Ed's, or they go to St. Thomas, or wherever they go, St. Phil's, but they come to Peoria Notre Dame and they're together and they're classmates and they're friends, but they're always going to remember who won this game and have that bragging right. So they're going to go down, take their trophy down, and get a picture in front of the goal. Again, we want to thank everybody for tuning into the broadcast tonight. On behalf of myself, Mike Bear, Stephen Bradshaw, Aaron Cunningham, thanks for tuning in. Have a good night.
Good night.
What's up?
It'll be just as cold as this, if not colder.
You gonna be at the football game Friday?
I got her the job.
Did not know that.
State Cup game Friday.
Okay.
State Cup Friday. Dude,